Advisory never says don't go to Europe, but it does urge common sense precautions. Tourists, are being told to be careful near public transportation and other popular tourist areas. Joining us now on the phone is Christopher Hinn, a former senior Middle East advisor for Homeland Security. He also runs a security consulting firm called C7 International. Christopher, thanks for being here. Let's start with what prompted this alert. What's the background, who's behind it, and why now?
Well, good evening, Tom. Let me start by saying, extremism is, and I had to really sum it up, is like an iceberg. Everyone can see it. It's out there in the open, but the larger part, the more dangerous part, is the bigger part you do not see. So this alert is the tip of the iceberg. What prompted the alert is what prompts every alert. The alert is issued when our intelligence community gathers enough information, making believe that an attack is truly imminent. I just strongly that can come from almost anywhere. So that's the first part that I believe that this plot, and if you were talking about a plot here, we're talking about arrests. We're talking about a lot of concerns for American travelers, and of course, you mentioned in the earlier part with Walid that we have to be cognizant and be very vigilant in our travel, especially now.
Yeah, Christopher, with this arrest, they kind of are saying that this plot was foiled. There are lots of reports out there that say the plot was foiled with this arrest and when the agency started sharing intelligence reports. So why go ahead and issue this alert if the plot was foiled?
Well, I think first of all, Tom, that the plot has been foiled by the fact that the intelligence gathering from the European partners and our intelligence has led to the issuance of this high alert. Also, it appears that the plan was to carry out like a Mumbai attack in the heart of Europe, but that's all we know at this time. But historically speaking, from what we know that has been declassified when Al-Qaeda carries on a mission, it typically goes all the way, including those times when they fail. Example that we had in Christmas attempt on the KLM or the flight to Detroit, and then the recent event in Times Square. So now I can tell you, what I cannot tell you is that this case is that it will carry forward with their mission since it appears that the plot has been foiled.
How serious should travelers be taking this? I mean, I know Tracy asked you last night if this was your family, would you advise them to go ahead and go? What's the answer tonight now that we know a little bit more?
Well, every traveler, I think, the U.S. travels, first, of course, register with the U.S. State Department. Advise you if you're anywhere in Europe. We have U.S. embassies. Make sure that make sure they're aware. There's one area that I've always felt uncomfortable, and that's something we can always say no to, Tom, is when you are checking in a hotel, they always ask you for your passport. I refuse to give it to them because of whatever reason that information has been disseminated to. So I'm always saying, no, I cannot give you that information. I'll give you my name or my ID, but not my passport, because in a lot of cases that information is disseminated to the wrong groups. But as a traveler, I think the best advice I can give, and traveled for 37 years in the Middle East and Europe, is always just be aware, keep a look, stay under the radar. Don't flash your T-shirt with American flag or wear something else.
Always good advice. Christopher Hinn, thanks for being here. Thanks for enlightening us a little bit on what's happening out there.